Have you ever noticed how quickly a dog's body can change when someone speaks softly? A dog that seemed alert a moment ago suddenly relaxes. The ears soften. The breathing becomes slower. The eyes appear calmer. Nothing in the environment changed. No treats appeared. No toys were offered. The only thing that changed was a voice. Most people assume dogs prefer gentle voices because loud sounds can be unpleasant. And while that is certainly part of the story, it is only the beginning. What dogs respond to is not simply volume. It is something deeper, something connected to how they interpret safety itself. Because when a dog listens to a human voice, they are often hearing much more than words. They are hearing emotional information. And sometimes, that information can tell them whether the world around them feels secure. Dogs are constantly listening for emotional clues. To understand why gentle voices matter so much, we first need to understand how dogs experience uncertainty. Every dog lives in a constant process of observation. Even the most relaxed dog is continually gathering information. They notice movement. They notice posture. They notice facial expressions. They notice changes in routine. And they notice changes in human emotion. This sensitivity did not appear by accident. For thousands of years, dogs evolved alongside humans. Their survival became connected to understanding us. Not our language, not our grammar, but our emotional states. A dog may not understand every word you say, but they often become remarkably skilled at understanding how you feel while saying it. And this is where gentle voices become important. A gentle voice tends to contain signals associated with calm emotional states. The rhythm is slower. The tone is smoother. The sudden changes are fewer. The overall pattern feels predictable. To a dog, predictability often feels safe. Why calm voices feel safer? Imagine hearing a sudden shout. Even if no danger exists, your body reacts before your mind fully processes the situation. The nervous system pays attention to intensity. Dogs experience something similar. A loud voice can activate attention immediately, but a gentle voice often communicates that no immediate threat is present. The environment feels manageable. Nothing urgent is happening. The dog can relax. This doesn't mean dogs dislike every loud sound. Many dogs enjoy excitement. Many enjoy energetic play. But when it comes to feeling secure, calm signals often carry more value than intense ones. A gentle voice tells the nervous system, there is no emergency here. You don't need to stay on high alert. And for an animal constantly scanning the environment, that message can be incredibly reassuring. How dogs learn to associate voices with safety. What makes this fascinating is that dogs do not simply react to individual moments. They learn patterns over time. Suppose a dog repeatedly experiences gentle voices during positive situations. Meals arrive. Affection follows. Walks begin. Comfort appears. The dog starts connecting that vocal pattern with good outcomes. The voice itself becomes meaningful, not because of the words, but because of the emotional history attached to them. Over time, a gentle voice can become a signal of security. The sound alone may begin lowering stress before anything else happens. This is one reason some dogs visibly relax when hearing a familiar person speak. The voice has become associated with comfort. The dog is not merely hearing sound. The dog is remembering experiences. In many ways, voices become emotional landmarks. They help dogs understand what kind of situation they are entering. What rescue dogs often teach us about trust. This becomes especially important for dogs who have experienced fear or instability. Rescue dogs often provide powerful examples. Many arrive in new homes carrying uncertainty. Their environment has changed. Their routines have disappeared. The people around them are unfamiliar. Everything feels unpredictable. During these periods, some dogs pay extraordinary attention to human voices, not because they understand every word, but because they are searching for clues. Who is safe? Who is patient? Who feels calm? A consistently gentle voice can help answer those questions. Day after day, the dog begins noticing the same pattern. Nothing bad happens when this person speaks. The tone remains steady. The emotional message remains consistent. Eventually, trust begins forming, not through a single event, but through hundreds of small interactions. This process reveals something important. Trust is often built through repetition rather than intensity. The surprising power of emotional contagion. There is another reason gentle voices are powerful. They influence emotional regulation. Dogs, like humans, experience emotional contagion. This means emotions can spread socially. If one individual becomes highly stressed, others may become more stressed as well. If one individual remains calm, others may become calmer. You may have witnessed this without realizing it. A nervous dog encounters something unfamiliar. Perhaps a visitor enters the home. Perhaps a strange noise occurs outside. The dog becomes uncertain. Then the owner speaks softly, not commanding, not correcting, simply speaking with calm confidence. Often the dog's body begins changing. The tension decreases. The alertness softens. Why? Because the dog is not only evaluating the situation. The dog is evaluating the emotional response of someone they trust. If that trusted person appears calm, the situation may not be dangerous after all. The gentle voice becomes evidence. Evidence that everything is probably okay. Why some voices become a dog's favorite. This may explain why dogs frequently seek out certain family members during stressful moments. The preferred person is not always the one who gives the most treats, not always the one who plays the most games. Sometimes it is the person whose emotional signals feel the most stable, the person whose voice consistently communicates reassurance. Stability can become incredibly attractive to a dog, especially during uncertainty. A dog doesn't always need the most exciting person in the room. Sometimes they need the most predictable one, the one whose presence consistently lowers emotional tension. And very often, that stability can be heard through the voice long before it is seen in any other behavior. Dogs hear more than words. Interestingly, dogs also appear sensitive to vocal complexity. Human speech contains far more information than we often realize. Tiny changes in pitch can alter meaning. Tiny changes in rhythm can alter emotional impact. Dogs seem remarkably capable of detecting these differences. Researchers studying dog cognition have repeatedly found evidence that dogs process both words and emotional tone. The tone often influences how the message is interpreted. This means a gentle voice is not simply quieter. It is emotionally different. The dog's brain may process it differently. The nervous system may respond differently. The overall experience may feel fundamentally safer. Dogs are listening not only to what we say, but to how we say it. Gentle does not mean weak. And yet, gentle does not mean weak. This is an important distinction. Some people worry that speaking gently means becoming passive. Dogs do not necessarily need constant softness. They need clarity. A voice can be gentle while remaining confident. A voice can be calm while remaining authoritative. In fact, many dogs respond exceptionally well to this combination. Calm confidence often creates security. Harshness may create compliance in the short term. But security creates trust, and trust often leads to more stable behavior over time. When a dog trusts the emotional signals coming from a human, they spend less energy monitoring potential threats. The world becomes easier to navigate.